So I thought today I would build a rocket stove. I've got these extra bricks I've had around for a while, and I thought it would be a fun little project. So I wanted to refresh my memory on brick setup, and I jumped on YouTube. Where else does one go to find out information? And I was watching a ton of videos on how to build a rocket stove from concrete block or bricks. And I suddenly started noticing a couple trends in all of the videos. The first thing I noticed is that everybody uses pristine brick or concrete block. It's as if they just ran out to the Home Depot or whatever store and picked up brand new blocks and bricks to try for this project. And then the second thing I noticed in all the videos is that people are extremely precise in where they place the bricks. No air gaps. Everything needs to be flat. It's got to be perfect in order for it to work. So I thought, what if I built the worst rocket stove ever on YouTube? And let's see if it works. So I went through my yard, I collected a bunch of old bricks, and you can see they're misshapen, they're really dirty, they're not flat. You're going to see a lot of areas where air can flow in freely. But let's give it a shot and see if it works. Sorry I cut off the top of the build here, but you'll see I went 7 layers high, including the layer beneath the wire mesh. And that's about 1 layer higher than is recommended. But I thought, why not go too high? So we're going to do the boil water test, which seems to be what everybody does to see if the rocket stove is functioning in a proper way, or how long it takes to get water to boil. I've got 1 cup of cold water in there, and I start the timer when I've got it on top. But I'm not really happy with the positioning, so I'm going to move it around a little bit and get it positioned in the middle of the flame. Again, another error on my part is I should have had a pot holder because I'm really closing up that chimney action, that draw action. But I've got all these spaces, all these holes where the bricks aren't lining up, so I thought, let's just see what happens. So at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, you'll see tiny little bubbles, but it's not quite at that full boil yet. So back goes on the lid, and it's also askew, so it's not a tight-fitting lid. If you had a tight-fitting lid, that would also help speed things up. So we're at about 4 minutes 50 seconds here, and you'll see I'll pull off the lid, and it's kind of hard to see, but it is at a rolling boil right now, which is about the same time, 450, 455, just under 5 minutes, that most other builders of the rocket stove succeed in boiling water. So I wanted to show you the big openings that I had because the bricks just didn't line up and I didn't do a good job of pushing them together. I can stick my hand into many of them. Who knows, maybe this helped the draw. But I can see fire through that one. I can see daylight. Look how many there are. But the stove continues to function just fine. I got the whooshing noise that's associated with the rocket stove. So there you go. What do you think?